Stay tuned. Coming up on this edition of Community Insider, we bring you to my father's closet right here in McMinnville, Tennessee, taking a look behind the scenes, why there is so much love with this program, that and much more on this edition of Community Insider.
To me is that they may get a call at 10:30 at night and have absolutely nothing. The baby comes to them with a diaper. That's it. And I have met mothers here before at 8:30 at night say, hey, I just got 3 under the age of 3. I have nothing. Do you have food? Do you have formula? Do you have diapers? And we do. So they fill out the form, tell us, we verify their paperwork, tell us the age of their children. It's all confidential, of course. And then they come in and they can get what they need for free. And then once they're established with us, they can come back and shop once a month and they get 20 items, whatever they want. And what is really neat to see, I don't want to say cool, but neat to see is the children, that lots of times these children, they're used to taking just whatever. And for them to get to pick what they want, if they don't want those shoes or if they don't want those clothes, and just to see them, and toys, just to see them get excited. Not that they're not taken care of, because all means they are, but I think it's special for them that they get to pick out what they want, yeah.
Welcome to Van Buren County, just outside of Spencer, Tennessee, as we're coming to the Pine Ridge Store Groceries, where there's grocery stores and general store, which is just like we got the old Dunlap General Store in behind, where they make furniture and other really neat things here, as the Martin family is the ones who has this store, and there's many other smaller stores, bicycle shops, stuff like that, that you can actually see for your family and see the old paths and the old ways of making things. Very, very interesting. Of course, it's right at the busy intersection here at the Pine Ridge area. You can be a part of seeing this and more. We're going to give you just a snippet of what's inside the store. Remember, all this is handmade furniture, so enjoy. Once again, the Martin family welcomes you to come and be a part of the general store here at Pine Ridge.
Community Insider is brought to you by
Dr. Pepper. Good for life, good for the community.
High quality leads with prolific internet marketing and invigorating web design services that will energize your business. We are SiriusSEN. Call today or visit us at SiriusSEN.com.
Welcome to another edition of Community Insider. Join us as we travel Middle Tennessee, uncovering history and experiencing the adventure of unique stories and events coming to you inside your community.
Hello, I'm Jonathan Womack, and welcome to this edition of Community Insider. As we bring you to my father's closet, we have Miss Deidre Wiles, and she is the director of the local My Father's Closet. And some of y'all may be seeing this for the first time. Some of y'all may be volunteers, supporters of this wonderful program. You know, it's the season where we think a lot about love. And with all the love in the air, I told Mr. Dimitri off camera that this is probably one of the most in-depth love programs, because we're talking about foster parents, foster children, and so much love that's poured into these children. And this all started, as I believe, December 2020 in the midst of the pandemic.
Yes.
So I've got to hear y'all's story, and it's awesome that we've got people watching that will hopefully help y'all's process in the program. So let me begin by introducing you. You also are in the medical field.
Yes.
And how long have you been a part of My Father's Closet?
Roughly almost a year now.
How did it get started?
In December of last year, I made a post on Facebook, and I had asked if you had anything that you wanted to give away for free or whatever, post it here. That led to us helping a foster family of 4 not only receive Christmas, but receive needed clothing, school supplies, and 2 other littles, that's what I call them, littles, receive laptops. So from that post, fast forward a week or so, my husband, who's a state trooper,
Mr. Rodney Wiles.
Yes, Rodney Wiles. He gets a call from a local DCS worker who says, "Hey, I seen your wife's post on Facebook. Would you guys have anything that you could help these 3 littles that we've taken into custody tonight?" And of course we didn't have anything, but we agreed, yes, we would. And when I went home to get him and we were pulling out, I was like, wouldn't it be nice if DCS had somewhere that they could go, that they could get 5 days of clothes for a child, that this wouldn't ever be a question. And so Rodney said, "Now, I love you, but we can't have this at our house. We can't do it." So we went and we got what the children needed, including backpacks, clothing, toiletries, I mean, anything and everything that they could do. And when I say the Lord supplied for that, He absolutely did. Because we had 2 buggies full and just pushing it. And as we start to put stuff in, it would be a $25 coat and it would ring up $10. So we knew that the Lord was in it. And when we left there that night, I know that Rodney and I both were forever changed. And when I pulled out, I'm trying not to cry.
No, that's all right.
When I pulled out, I said, "All right, Lord, if this is what you want, if this is the mission and the ministry that you're putting in my heart, you make it happen." And He has ever since. He gave us the name. He gave us the scripture. That night, I got Amanda Drake's name from Cookville. She has the Upper Cumberland Posture Closet. And I started speaking with Amanda and telling her what the Lord had laid in my heart. And they have a closet in Cookville. That's our main location. And so fast forward to January, we were using my garage as a donation site. And we ended up getting a storage unit. Amanda calls me, and I was still trying to figure out what we were going to do as far as being a nonprofit, how we were going to do that, and just waiting on the Lord. And she calls me and says, "Hey, I know this has been going back and forth in your mind. Why don't you partner with us and be our first ever satellite location? I have all the forms. I have everything that you need. You can use our tax ID and our nonprofit status, and I will walk you through it." So she took me under her wing, and off we went. And February, we were in a storage unit. By the end of February, we were in 2 storage units.
Wow.
And March, April, something like that, we went before the Board of Mayor and Aldermen to get a location with Young Men United. And I won't lie, that fell through, and I was kind of downhearted. But again, just waiting on the Lord to do what He wanted to do, because it's not about me. It's about Him and what He wants and the children.
That's right.
And so Amanda called me. She said, "Hey, have you thought any more about a location?" And I said, "No, not really. I mean, if the Lord wants us to move, He'll move us. If He doesn't, we'll be in those 2 storage units. We'll work out of it," because we had already been taking care of children at that point. And I get a call from Reese Moore and Stacy Harvey on a 3-way call. And Stacy said, "Hey, I was in that meeting. I thought you guys already had a place." And I said, "No, it fell through. I'm just kind of waiting." And he said, "Well, there's a place right behind Advanced Auto in Verizon I think would be perfect." And so I met Stacy over here, and we walked through it, and he said, "My wife and I would like to pay the first 6 months rent." So Stacy and his wife paid the first 6 months rent, and we signed lease in June and moved in. And again, the Lord, like I say, and I continue to say, if you want to know if the Lord moves, come stand by me. Because I had no idea how to start a nonprofit. I had no idea what I was doing, and I just let Him lead. Still to this day, whatever, I mean, I'm just kind of hanging back and just waiting on Him to let me do what He wants me to do.
That's awesome. So with that said, we're going to take you inside, and you might already been seeing some B-roll shots of some of the clothes and some of the toys that's much needed. And basically, this is the place where you can help parents help children. You know, it's not every day that just anybody honestly decides to be a foster parent. And those parents who do are truly taking on a great mission and a great ministry, and it's just awesome. So stay tuned. We're going to go inside and show you more of my father's closet. Stay tuned. As we're celebrating Valentine's, we are bringing you inside my father's closet to really show the most love that a person, I think, can show, and that's to someone that might not be their child. And I think this is a wonderful thing. My Father's Closet is a program, nonprofit group to help foster parents love on those children.
Absolutely.
And so we have Miss Demetria Wiles, who is being helped by several. Let's take this time to just mention. You mentioned a few already that's
Yes.
paid rent. Who's helping you out?
Well, of course, we have donors here in McMinnville that we have a Venmo, and just like Tuesday was our Giving Tuesday. I went home and there's packages. People just go on the Amazon wish list and
Wow.
and buy what we have on there. And on that wish list, we have everything from car seats, bouncy seats, high chairs, to the smallest thing like Destin toothbrushes. So it's something for everybody if they want to give. But as far as people helping us, the list goes on and on. It's when we moved in, family, friends, down to the people who've made the racks for us. Right. And some of them don't want to be named,
Right.
But it's all donations. It's all donated time. It's pretty amazing to watch
awesome.
the Lord move. It really
awesome.
is.
So you've got the opportunity for people to come to this location. Let's mention that address.
It's 639 North Chancery Street, and we're located directly behind Verizon Wireless and Advanced Auto on the Strip.
And I guess there's a process that families, if they aren't acquainted with y'all's program, they can just call you. What would be a good way for them to contact?
They can call me. They can reach out to their local DCS worker, who they all here, we have contacts within the school system, pretty much every school here, all the DCS workers know. Of course, DCS here, they all pretty much know our number, so they can contact me. They have my cell if the parent doesn't feel comfortable at first reaching out. We have a Facebook page. They can reach out to us on that, send us a message. Or they can call me, whichever they want to do. But that's how we get our contacts, is from DCS and from just local word of mouth. When foster parents find out that this is a resource for them that they've never had. And what's amazing to me is that they may get a call at 10:30 at night and have absolutely nothing. The baby comes to them with a diaper. That's it. And I have met mothers here before at 8:30 at night say, "Hey, I just got 3 under the age of 3. I have nothing. Do you have food? Do you have formula? Do you have diapers?" And we do. Wow. So they fill out the form, tell us, we verify their paperwork, tell us the age of their children. It's all confidential, of course. And then they come in and they can get what they need for free. And then once they're established with us, they can come back and shop once a month, and they get 20 items, whatever they want. And what is really neat to see, I don't want to say cool, but neat to see is the children, that lots of times these children, they're used to taking just whatever. And for them to get to pick what they want, if they don't want those shoes or if they don't want those clothes, and just to see them, and toys, just to see them get excited. Not that they're not taken care of, because all means they are, but I think it's special for them that they get to pick out
That's awesome.
what they want. Yeah.
And another special thing that you guys have had some experience in now is the kids getting to do something around Christmas with the police officers. Tell me just a little bit about that.
We are doing our first ever Shop with a Cop program. And what we're trying to promote is that unity between law enforcement and these foster children. Because a lot of times all they see is that law enforcement officer is being mean, or, you took me away from my family. So we want to promote and let them know that they're there for them, just as we are. We're here to help support and promote the foster parents. And Warren County has the highest foster care rate in the whole Upper Cumberland.
Really?
Now, yes.
I had no idea.
Yes, they do. What we want to do is get foster parents here and let them know that we're supported, that they're supported, that if they get that child, DCS has the code. They can come in and get what they need. If I'm not available, or if Lacey's not available. So, but Shop with a Cop is the first ever program that we're doing, and the children will go and we'll meet at Walmart, and they will shop for an hour with a cop, and then that's their Christmas from us to them. And we have 27 signed up, so we're looking at spending anywhere from 100 to 150 on each child.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
And it's all powered by the Lord and donors. And if you, like I said, I'm gonna say it again. If you don't know, come sit by me. I'll tell you all about it.
So this is a great nonprofit group, but further than that, it's a great ministry. If you're watching and you're wondering how can you help in some way, you've heard it right here. You can help by donating things, donating money,
Time.
and
Volunteers.
Time. Volunteers. You're looking for that. Say a few words about that.
Yeah, we have if you go to our Facebook page, there is a QR code that they can scan, and it will send them to a Google form, which is our liability and lease form, and they can sign up, and it shoots me an email and says, hey, you've got a new volunteer, because that's how we're powered. Or if you can't use the QR code, I can send them the link. And we also have paper forms if, they don't know how to do that. So, like I said, we're powered by volunteers. It's all volunteer. Nobody
Maybe
gets paid
some
here.
churches. Right?
Yeah,
Churches
absolutely.
Want to do a great ministry.
Absolutely. If your church wants to do a diaper drive for the month of January to bring it here, or February or March or whatever month, if you want to pick a month and partner with us. We're also, now our main branch in Cookeville does what's called Connecting Foster Families Dinners. And we have done one of those, but we would like to establish and do more of those. And what that means is we get with the local churches, and the churches sponsor a meal for the foster parents. And it just gives the foster parents some respite and some time with other foster parents to talk about things. Yeah. And then we take the children upstairs at the church and take care of them while they, talk and have dinner and
give them some time.
Give them respite. Just give them that time together. So those are more programs that in time they're coming. We've done one, and it was really, really successful. But if your church would like to partner, or your business would like to partner, we do have drop-off locations here in town already with businesses that have partnered with us. But if you would like to sponsor a month and tell us what you would like to donate, we would be much appreciative.
Tell us those numbers again before we go off.
The
contact number or the contact information.
The contact information is on Facebook. You can find us on Facebook. It's My Father's Closet. We are at 639 North Chancery Street. My phone number is in that app. If you look, it's listed, and you can send me a message, Facebook message, and we'll get back with you.
Demetra, appreciate your ministry in this.
Yes, thank you so much.
And honestly, you and Rodney, how you're very active in the community anyway, but this is another level that other folks can be a part of. So thank you for watching. Tell more people about this by sharing it, and make sure, as we say always, we hope to see you inside your community.
We hope you're enjoying the program, and we want to hear from you, maybe for some show ideas or for more information about what we do and how we can tell your next story. Give us a call today at 931-409-7151, or simply just email us at communitytvtn, all one word, at gmail.com, or check out our website at www.communitytvtn.com. We would love to hear from you. Send us your email, communitytvtn@gmail.com.
Welcome to Van Buren County, just outside of Spencer, Tennessee, as we're coming to the Pine Ridge Store Groceries, where there's grocery stores and general store, which is just like we got the old Dunlap General Store in behind, where they make furniture and other really neat things here, as the Martin family is the ones who has this store, and there's many other smaller stores, bicycle shops, stuff like that, that you can actually see for your family and see the old paths and the old ways of making things. Very, very interesting. Of course, it's right at the busy intersection here at the Pine Ridge area. You can be a part of seeing this and more. We're going to give you just a snippet of what's inside the store. Remember, all this is handmade furniture, so enjoy. Once again, the Martin family welcomes you to come and be a part of the general store here at Pine Ridge.
On this portion of Community Insider, we take you to the Mennonite community, where it's home of almost 60 families and 25 Mennonite-owned and operated businesses. And what a cool way to just see the community and see their community. It's actually a great place to spend a day or two, but if you don't have time, maybe you can pick out some of the best spots. And the way to do that is to find out the business directory for the Fall Creek Mennonite community. The best location for that is a great website. It's being presented by the Mountain Glen RV Park and Campground. But on that website, you can actually see several different locations. They've got it spread out really well. And the place to find that online is mountainglenonline.com. And you can check that map out. You can find out the place that you want to go to, the hours of operation, and it's really cool site. So make sure you check that out. So one of the places we're visiting today is the old Dunlap General Store. It is full of unique antiques, special gifts, and vintage appliances. And so I think you're really going to enjoy this portion of the show. Don't forget, if you want to find out more information about this cool place and how you could spend, honestly, at least a couple of days, check out that website at Mountain Glen RV Park and Campground. That's www.mountainglenonline.com. Now, let's get to our show.
Now, the unique thing about the general store here at the Martins furniture store, general store, is you won't see any lighting. It's basically self-lighted from the windows. And the cool thing is, not only do they have homemade furniture, antique furniture,
and as you can see, a whole lot more. So we got to see some vintage washing machines. By the way, just remember, washing machines been around from France since the early 1800s. And I thought this was really cool when I was researching this. One of the first African-American inventors was the 19th century George T. Sampson, who received a patent for clothes dryer in 1892. His invention was used to heat from a stove to dry clothes. And so anyway, the first electrical clothes dryer appeared in the United States in the years just before World War I. But now, the folks here at the general store in Dunlap sure knew how to collect some really cool vintage washing machines. So you'll have to check this room out when you come and see them. So maybe you're not into vintage washing machines. Maybe you'll be more into the most beautiful and comfortable mattresses you can find, probably on the planet. That's where you'll find the Dutch Craft sleep products, including all the mattresses that you can actually feel, touch, and see on the second floor of the old Dunlap General Store. Now, the story here actually ties back with the Amish community. At the age of 24, Ellie Schmucker, founder and president of the Dutch Craft Sleep Products, actually started a mattress factory in Tennessee and focused on building a quality product for the best value, and he's continued this still today. And so now Ellie has multiple factories throughout the U.S. Tennessee's one of those, and he's shipping stuff all over the whole world. So they're saying is the Dutch Craft family and its president are committed to handcrafting the highest quality, handcrafted mattresses at the most honest price. So make sure you check out the Dutch Craft products here at the old Dunlap store.
Hello, I'm Jonathan Womack, and welcome to this edition of Community Insider, and we're so glad that you've joined us. As you can already see, we're going to be teaching you a whole lot about the White County history and, of course, a whole lot of the heritage here in this county. We're with Miss Peggy Hurto, and she is the director of the museum here. And Peggy, sort of tell us the location of the museum and where people can find you guys.
Well, the museum is in Sparta. It's 1 block and a half south of the courthouse on South Main Street. And we've been here be a year in September. We were here 1 year.
Okay.
And this entire wall here is all about the shirt factory. Okay. That was a big employer in this county. It seemed like everyone, when they graduated from high school, that was the first job you could get, was to go to the shirt factory and work. And if you talk to anyone, they remember the whistle blowing to tell them it was time to come to work, time for lunch, time to go home. But
they closed this down in 1970.
Right. We had, there's a picture on here, in the 1940s there was a strike. And you can see all the strikers standing out in front of the Sparta Industries. And I had 2 ladies in here just recently who looked at that picture with a magnifying glass, and they were standing in the front row in that picture back in the 40s.
What kind of shirts do they make? Does it have
You see this little blue, it's kind of a chambray work shirt. And it was a silk factory prior to becoming a shirt factory. They did silk products. This little machine that we had, little sewing machine, is the machine that made the labels that go inside the shirts. And it would do like a chain stitch where they were all hooked together, and you would clip them off and sew them in the shirt. We have our military continues with more uniforms. The American Legion Hall here in Sparta is opening a military museum. So we're not taking any more uniforms in because we really don't have a big place to display them. But they will be doing that up there. So we kind of send people that direction. If they want their pictures in here, that's fine. I just have run out of room for uniforms. And then, of course, music. Sparta, Bluegrass USA, the home of Lester Flatt and Benny Martin. This was one of the big displays that we were asked to do when we opened the museum, was make sure that you honor Lester Flatt and Benny Martin, and we've tried to do that. But as we did that, we found more and more local musicians. This county is just full of people with talent. So what we've done is create our own little wall of fame where we put local musicians on here. And we had a state museum representative say, well, you know, that wall's a little busy. It doesn't really look like a professional museum. If we took any of this down, believe me, the families would know it immediately. They come in and they will just sit here and look at these and say, yeah, I know that person.